Hello folks and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are in the Pimax 8KX, as you can see, using the brand new Sword controllers. Look at these. And in this video I'm going to give you my first impressions and I guess my overall review as well, because I have been using them for about 2 weeks now. Not just in simulators but also in sort of games as well. I need to say VR games then, obviously. Like After the Fall, Half-Life Alyx, those kind of things. But look at this. Today, I am not using any hardware, like I'm not using any sort of rudder pedals or, you know, any yokes. I'm just using this controller, and actually, it's more intuitive than I realized. And hopefully, I'm not sure how this is going to come across, but also notice that the performance of the Pimax 8KX in Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty damn good, actually. That is thanks to the OpenXR Toolkit. I may have a video on the channel, a setup guide if you're interested, but I have to say, this is one of my most favourite VR headsets of all time. Just that field of view, and it's just quietly getting better and better, more refined, to the point now where it's really quite incredible, to be honest, to say the least. Flying over Naples right now, wow, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, let's start with the unboxing process. The Sword controllers are packaged very nicely, a very premium experience, I must say, and I'm laughing already because when I first got those controllers out of the box, I literally felt like a 7-year-old kid at Christmas. I love how Pimax have just gone berserk with the sort of aesthetic appearance of these controllers. They have just gone mental with them and they look fantastic, right down to that little LED that flashes. It looks like Knight Rider or something. Just, you know, it's not often that a new piece of hardware excites me. It makes me feel like a kid again. And I love how they just look so futuristic. They remind me a little bit of the PS5 VR controllers that's just been announced. And just blow apart anything else we've seen before. I think they make the index controllers look really boring. You know, I'm also pleased to say that the build quality of them is right up there with the index controllers, which I've used for about 3 months now. Just the sort of, even though they are plastic, don't get me wrong, you know, I really like the sort of rubberized material, and the rubberized material isn't like the headset, it's a lot stronger, and I know that because the other day was in After the Fall. In fact, I'll put some footage of it now, until about 2:30 in the morning in my small little man cave, and I literally punched my own computer twice, and I dropped them as well when I was messing around trying to get sort of a bit of video footage together, and I don't have one mark on them. That's pretty impressive, so I can definitely testify to the build quality of these controllers. Also, I really like how there's a sort of swappable battery option. You know, you can basically charge them up with a USB port, but also you can take the magnetic compartment. Bear in mind as well, I just said magnetic, which I really like, not sort of like a plastic clip which can break really easily, and then just have a spare set of batteries and you're good to go. However, I must say the battery life is pretty decent. Look at this, look at the performance we're getting here. Hopefully it's translating on the VR mirror, but this is really super smooth right now, and I've got a really nice wide field of view as well. Now, what don't I like about the controllers? I have to say, of all the things, my nitpick is the fact that it doesn't have a thumbstick. Particularly in, you know, first-person shooters, it took a bit to get used to that. Particularly as you can't really rest your thumb in the normal place you would do, because you just sort of move around by accident. I also noticed that if I'm, say, running, the trackpad, it's quite a big trackpad, which means I have to really stretch my thumb out to get to the end of it. That could get a little bit uncomfortable at times. So for me personally, I'm still more of a thumbstick kind of guy, but whether that's a deal breaker for you or not, I guess that's just down to personal preference. But, you know, after a while, I did get used to it. It's like anything really, you know, once your brain adapts. But for me personally, yeah, I'm more of a thumbstick kind of person. Look at this here. Full-on photogrammetry here. Oh, God, this is so gorgeous. Wow. That is definitely a wow moment, particularly with the aircraft I'm flying in today. I've got a full view of the cockpit with the field of view, and it's just fantastic. So yeah, overall, I really do like them. I think one thing that is definitely worth mentioning, that these are the lightest controllers I have ever come across. Way lighter than the Index. I think the Valve Index controllers, after a while, they get a bit weighty in your hand. These are super light, and obviously with the strap inspired by the Index, I like how that's fabric, by the way, and really nice on your skin. It means, look, I can literally just let go of everything and just let them dangle in my hand, and then I can grab them again, and here's the controller. And by the way, it really works well in Microsoft Flight Simulator now. Since Sim Update 8 has been released, I have to say everything is working really well, and these track really good as well. Put the VR map there. You know what? I'm actually going to use the controllers a lot more now, thanks to these sort of controllers. I'm just going to sit back and just fly, because it feels very intuitive. It's not sensitive. The tracking is really nice. And by the way, another thing I want to mention is the tracking rings themselves. They're kind of set back near your wrist, which means, say if you're reloading a weapon, the rings don't get in the way like they do with, say, the Quest and the Rift S. And definitely the massive rings of the Windows Mixed Reality controllers definitely get in the way. Just look at that. That is just sitting here right now, just controlling the aircraft with the controller here. It's just so easy. And tracking is so good. Oh, one thing I didn't mention actually, guys, is the haptics. I know that's really important. Hang on, guys, let me just grab the controller again. They are about the same as, say, a Quest or Rift S. Maybe better than the Windows Mixed Reality controllers, but I do think the Index haptics are definitely better. They feel a bit more refined, a bit more, what's the word? Precise, if that makes sense. But in terms of the haptics, they're still plenty good enough. You know, for a minute there, I thought that was the Loch Ness Monster. It's like, what's going on there? Oh, my goodness me. So yeah, pretty much loving these controllers. And I think the last thing I want to mention before I forget is, this is great news. Pimax have decided to unlock these sort of controllers so they can be used with the Vario Aero, the HTC Vive headsets, which means that I can use these with all of my headsets. Even the Apara 5K will sort of be compatible with these. Very good decision there by Pimax. I'm pleased that they've decided to do that. So yeah, I think, to recap, I love the build quality. I love the way they look. They make me feel like a 7-year-old, and that's always a good thing in my opinion. They're the lightest VR controllers out there. Like how you can dangle them with your hand there. Tracking is first class, as you'd expect from sort of outside-in tracking. They feel comfortable. I think the only thing I don't really like is the fact that they've got a trackpad instead of a thumbstick, but I think I would get used to that over time. And I think the haptics, while they're really good, I do think the Index controllers are better in that regard. So yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you think about the Sword controllers? Are you, going to pick some up? I really like also that they are compatible with all VR headsets that use the outside-in tracking system. So I'll definitely be using these with my Vario Aero as well. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I'm going to continue to enjoy Naples here in the Pimax 8KX. It's just an amazing experience. What can I say? And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now. That is one beautiful looking city. Just stunning.